Thanks for watching ERi-TV, dear viewers. Welcome to our news broadcast. Here are the headlines. Funeral service of veteran fighter Ekud Hamid Ekud. Meeting on national affairs in Germany. Iranian president meets Iraqi prime minister on bilateral ties and security. World's largest active volcano, Mauna Loa, erupts in Hawaii. In our domestic news, funeral service of the late veteran freedom fighter Mr. Ekud Hamid Ekud was conducted in the morning hours today, 29 November, at the Asmara Martyr Cemetery in the presence of senior government and PFDJ officials, as well as friends and family members. Mr. Walda Mikhail Abraham, Minister of Local Government, Mr. Yemane Gabrab, Head of Political Affairs of PFDJ, Mr. Kabrab Kidane, Deputy Secretary General of the National Confederation of Eritrean Workers, as well as his son, Hamid Ekud, laid rats at the cemetery. Veteran freedom fighter Mr. Ekud joined the EPLF in 1980 and served his people and nation in various capacity with dedication, including as member of the EPLF Central Committee, Head of Political Affairs of the PFDJ at the Northern Red Sea region, Secretary of PFDJ Ansaba region, Governor of Barka and Sahel provinces, as well as Head of PFDJ in Saudi Arabia. Veteran freedom fighter Mr. Ekud passed away on 26 November at the age of 76 after long illness. Veteran freedom fighter Ekud Hamid Ekud is survived by his wife and 2 children. Mr. Kabrab Takhaste, Eritrea's Consul General in Frankfurt, Germany, organized meeting with Eritrean nationals in Stuttgart on 20 November. At the meeting, Mr. Kabrab gave extensive briefing on the objective situation in homeland and regional developments and called on nationals to strengthen organizational capacity and participation in the national affairs. Mr. Kabrab also said that strong effort is being exerted to provide timely consular service and to ensure rights and interests of diaspora nationals. Mr. Kasai Tuwal, the Head of Public and Community Affairs, indicated on the timely task and responsibility to develop capacity of the youth with a view to strengthen their participation in the national development programs and called for strengthened participation in the effort. The participants on their part expressed readiness to strengthen organization and participation in the national affairs. In the same vein, the German branch of the National Union of Eritrean Women held meeting with girls on 19 and 20 November 2022. At the meeting, in which 30 representatives from across Germany took part, extensive discussion was conducted focusing on the significance of organization as well as transferring the noble societal values to the young generation. At the meeting, Ms. Orba Aforki gave extensive briefing on the objective, mission and constitution of the National Union of Eritrean Women. Training on Adulis archaeological research that started on 22 November concluded yesterday, 28 November 2022. At the training that was provided by Eritrean and Italian archaeological experts, 35 members from Archaeological Research Office, the National Museum of Eritrea, and from branches in all regions took part. The training included role of the society in preserving archaeological heritage, categories of pottery, footmarks, application of cartographic information, as well as general concept of anthropology and archaeology, pointing out that the training has delivered to the trainees rich experience in conducting research. Ambassador Zemede Tekhla, Commissioner of Culture and Sports, commended the interest the trainees demonstrated during the program. Dr. Tsagai Medin, Head of Archaeological Research at the Commission, and Professor Serena Massa from Italy on their part, said that the program will have significant input in carrying out effective archaeological research and called on trainees to apply the training they have acquired and were provided with to do development of archaeological research in the country. The trainees on their part expressed the significance of the training in conducting effective research on ancient and historical heritage in the country and called for organizing similar training programs in the future. That was our domestic news. Please stay tuned now for the international right after the short break. Iranian President Ebrahim Raisi said today that Iran and Iraq have agreed to work together to improve bilateral ties and safeguard regional security. Making the remarks in a joint press conference with visiting Iraqi Prime Minister Mohammad Shia al-Sudani, the Iranian president said that security, peace and stability in the region are very important for both governments. As to economic and commercial cooperation, Raisi said the Iraqi delegation's visit can facilitate the dealing of the monetary and banking issues as well as electricity and gas exports to Iraq. Raisi said al-Sudani's visit was a turning point in the relations between the two countries, hoping that the visit will be a big step towards improving relations. For his part, al-Sudani said that his visit to Tehran is aimed at discussing bilateral economic, political and security issues, as well as reviewing the latest international developments. Talks regarding the export of Iran's crude oil and its byproducts to Iraq will be held between the officials of the two countries in subsequent meetings. The world's largest active volcano, Hawaii's Mauna Loa, has erupted for the first time in almost 40 years. The lava flow is mostly contained within the summit, but residents have been placed on alert and were earlier warned about the risk of falling ash. The U.S. Geological Survey, USGS, has said the situation could change rapidly. The volcano's alert level has also been upgraded from an advisory to a warning level, the highest classification. No evacuation orders have been issued and populated areas are unlikely to be impacted at this stage, emergency officials said. Mauna Loa, located inside Hawaii's Volcanoes National Park, covers half of the U.S. state's Big Island. The volcano rises 4,169 meters above sea level and spans an area of more than 5,179 square kilometers. It followed a series of warnings that an eruption was possible after a spate of recent earthquakes in the region, including more than a dozen reported tremors on Sunday. Mauna Loa is the world's largest active volcano. There are other larger volcanoes, but these are classified as dormant, meaning they have not erupted for a long time, or extinct, meaning they are almost certain not to erupt in future. Mauna Loa shares the Big Island with Mauna Kea, which is the tallest mountain in the world when measured from the underwater base below the ocean surface. Now a recap of tonight's headlines. Funeral service of veteran fighter Ekud Hamid Ekud carried out. Meeting on national affairs in Germany. Iranian President meets Iraqi Prime Minister on bilateral ties and security. World's largest active volcano, Mauna Loa, erupts in Hawaii. That was our news. It is good night from us.